Welcome and thank you for tuning into Dexter Deep Cuts. We are your hosts, Lizard Town
and Nimrod Joe.
Dexter Deep Cuts is a podcast about two fans discussing one of our favorite shows. We'll be discussing characters, plot points, and just any other kinds of thoughts that come to our mind about Dexter. I will warn that there are spoilers, so if you're not up to date yet, do not listen. We will be publishing this podcast about a day or two after airing of the latest episode. I would like to note that the discussion is not totally inclusive. We welcome any comments, feedback, and any kinds of ideas for topics of discussion at Dexter Deep Cuts on Blogger or our email at dexterdeepcuts@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you, your thoughts, comments, and we will give you a shout out. Links are on the side, and if there is another show you'd like to talk about, just let us know. So grab your favorite brew and enjoy.
So that was a terrific second episode, huh?
Season 7, Episode 2. So, I guess let's just go into the the meat of it all, the Russian mafia, huh?
Do you have a second episode? Well, this one definitely, I guess, goes more into what Season 7 is going to be mostly about, which is the Russian mob, led by the Punisher.
Well, let's go back to the first minute of it, because we left off at the end of the first episode where you
just that part, yeah.
Oh yeah, there was that big brick that fell out of him when he walks into his apartment and sees Deb tearing it apart.
That's actually what episode 2 is mostly about, not the fact that the Russian mafia is in it.
That was almost a side note, right?
Yeah,
but you're thinking, oh, this is gonna play like a big part later on. But like the big thing is like at the end of season, like the first episode, yeah, like he walks in and it's like you could hear the brick dropping on the floor from his butt. Just like,
I mean, I guess as fans, we all knew that Deb wasn't going to, turn him in because since the show has to continue. So obviously we already knew that Deb wasn't going to,
her naivety. I mean, the fact that she hasn't been able.
That's one thing.
That's one thing. That's true. You're right. That's one thing. And the second thing is like throughout this many seasons, nothing suspicious has ever occurred to her. It's like, how naive...
Because that's her brother.
Well, yeah, but how naive can you be?
Because that's her brother, and then she started to have emotional feelings for him. She wanted to get with him.
Okay, wow, that's creepy. That's creepy.
But,
well, no, that's kind of Freudian right there, where you have like male influence in your life, and you try to find a similar male influence. And that's why she was with his brother, who also seemed to be this great guy and who was a serial killer. That's why she was with him, because he reminded her of her brother in this very Freudian, messed up way. And I don't know. I just his big confession. It was a little anticlimactic. I expected her to be more emotional and more messed up.
Well, she's still going through it. I mean, it's not like she's like fine with it yet, I thought the writing and the actress played it off pretty well from what you would expect if like your brother said, "Hey, I'm a serial killer. I've been killing people for 15 years, whatever, probably 30 years, because Dexter looks like he's 40, so 20 years." Not 30 years. So I thought she handled it, and then the fact that Dexter started to tell her that their dad, I guess her dad,
Well, that's just
kind of
Yeah.
helped him become what he is. So then Deb couldn't exactly blame Dexter totally.
But then she got on this whole thing where, like, it doesn't matter that those were bad people. She got kind of high up on herself. And then he was like, face. Oh, you're telling me that this guy who raped all these children, raped and killed them, deserved to live? Here's
the problem, though, with some of these. Which I have stated in prior episodes. I don't necessarily like how Dexter works. Because I find that the people have, like, get no justice from, like, Dexter killing them.
What justice do you think they'd get? They're in Florida.
No.
A slap on the hand?
I'm talking about the victims, I guess, families or whatever. You know, it's just Dexter kills these people, and it's like...
It's not like he sends a postcard to the families of the victims of his kills.
Yeah, he just kind of...
And says, everything's cool, he's dead now. You know, not like
sometimes, from, according to what people say, death is an easy way out anyway. Instead of facing the family's victims.
Oh no! Remember, he posts pictures of the victims.
Oh, so like the photographs talk to them?
No,
does that girl's photograph mom, talks to him?
No. That's what he's doing. Is he's confronting this person.
He is, but
he's confronting them with what they have done and what they know they have done that is wrong and painful. And yes, you are right to a certain extent. They should be subjected to the justice system. At the same time, how many times in the regular news do you see that some weirdo who's done these horrible, horrible things against, like, all that we hold dear to being human gets away with it?
Well, I know that does exist out there, yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
and you gotta think that. Remember, we're seeing things through his eyes and through his sort of skewed version of
still the
morality.
Thing is, like, yeah, that's the problem. That Dexter, is a killer. Despite his, code, which every serial killer has a code.
Not necessarily, no.
His one's different. All of them have codes.
Actually, he probably has the most noble code of most serial killers in history.
He has the most noble, but still, it's a code.
Everybody has a code to live by.
I'm just saying that.
Everyone does. Well, I mean, my point is that first she tries to get all high up on him, and then he's all like, well, face. What about this guy who raped and killed these little kids? Did he deserve to live? And then she didn't even have an answer to it. Then you wonder, well, if she's such a great person, if she is that noble of a person, willing to sacrifice herself and her career, why didn't she turn him in at that point? That was pride. That was her pride. She even mentioned it.
Pride.
My name has lieutenant in the front of it. And she enjoys the power and the prestige that comes with it.
Oh, yeah.
Not only because Dexter's her brother. Well, yeah, but not only was he, her brother and she loves him and everything like that. But I really do think she also was very prideful and thinking that, what would it look like on her?
It would look pretty bad.
Exactly. She's not willing to give up that much. So that tells me that she's even flexible morally. She
isn't exactly. Based on the fact that she is trying to help him, she's, took him in and, pretty much watched him 24/7.
See, that's the whole thing, though. She's trying to compare serial killing to that of a person who's a drug addict.
No, Dexter does. So then Deb...
No, she compares him... She literally comes out and says that the serial killing is like a drug to you, so I'm going to treat you like a drug addict.
Exactly, because, Dexter explains it as a
well, First of all, we have drug users. They use drugs. They hurt themselves. And then we have killers who go and kill other people.
Yes, but...
That's a whole different level, no?
But to every...
That's just part of her pride.
It's like something that they need. If it's drugs, if it's alcohol, or if it's in Dexter's case, it's killing people. So...
It does...
So
but
like,
it's a different
So like
level.
Deb saw it as like, okay, an addiction. Now, how can I help him out? Let me look up.
And save my own reputation at the same time.
Not
and
just
protect,
that.
And protect my brother.
Yeah, but the main thing is...
That's a bit naive,
her,
no?
A brother.
I just see it as a bit naive.
No.
It's naive.
No, it's the fact that, like...
Okay, honestly, do you think...
What does she do, you know?
Further on, Dexter's going to have to reveal to her all his other shit that he's feeling and trying to do and thinking about. She's going to get so wrapped up in it. To what extent is she going to go to protect him and to protect herself? I think that like a lot of it has to do with her protecting herself to a certain extent.
I think you're looking like too like...
I'm just saying, denial. She's trying to correct things so she can get back to that state of mind that she was before she found this out. And that's just like...
Well, yeah, but that's like anyone who finds out that one of their family members is a serial killer.
No.
They like eventually want to see that person back to what they thought about them before. Before they just see
that
serial
depends
killer.
on the person, because I can't possibly... If my brother came out and I found out that he was a serial killer, there's no possible way that I rationalize and I'm going to be able to correct this situation. And I guess it also has to deal with the relationship that you have with the person and the fact that he is her only family. I get that. And that's just denial right there. Now, let's go on to one of the side stories. La Huerta. What do you think's going on with her? Because she was only there for like 2 seconds. But
it's kind of generally... I don't know. It seems to be kind of a slow developing story over there, but yeah, she's going back to the, what's it called, the Bay Harbor Butcher
with Dokes.
Yeah, and
he took the fall for the whole thing.
And she never thought the Dokes did it, so she sees evidence that points that, okay, the killer is still out there, and it wasn't Dokes, so let me investigate on her own terms so that no one else gets suspicious.
But she doesn't seem to be doing it by the proper channels, though.
That's what I'm saying, so that,
I mean...
Because it's like... Because, like, to, like, the rest of the police squad or police force...
Sergeant Dokes was like...
The case is closed.
Mm-hmm.
Case closed.
Also, she's accessing evidence that she's not even supposed to access. She's not even have to have anything to do with. But the thing is, though, where do you think it's going with her?
Well, I mean, overall, I think it's going to lead towards Dexter. Now,
this did fly by my mind.
I know you think it's something else.
That she's going to be kind of... She really... All she has is that slide. She's got no fingerprints.
For right now.
The only other person that knows about the slides is Debbie. And it's like... She's going to be looking at everybody in this sort of crazy-eyed way, suspecting everyone. I'm gonna have to say that she's gonna be looking at somebody in the, lab department, right?
Dexter works in the lab.
Well, yeah, Dexter's in the lab. So does Masuka, and so does Lewis.
Yeah, but Lewis has only been there for only a little bit.
Yeah. But who do you think she's gonna go after?
Dexter. Here's the reason why I kind of think so. Said I'm not ready anything. Just going on this. I think she will stumble upon something that Sergeant Dokes said about Dexter, and look into him.
But what if she mistakes it for Masuka?
Outside of the fact
He's a little
Morgan,
kooky. Well, Masuka's a little kooky. It's a little weird.
But Dexter's weird too.
Well, yeah, but he's not as weird as Masuka, or as outspoken about his weirdness. He just seems like a normal guy, for the most part. And he's really worked hard at that. I don't know. I mean, I see her as trying to bring him down if she suspects it's Dexter, but she's going to get in the way. But I think Deb's going to interfere, and maybe somebody else might get the blame. I know I'm just really skipping ahead there as far as logic.
Yeah, with that, I'm with that storyline, I'm just really just enjoying the ride for it. I don't know.
I know. I'm just so excited by it that these little things occurred to me, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Because it's obviously kind of a slow story there. It seems like maybe each episode she'll, appear for a few minutes, and she'll read something. It's like, and then next episode another 2 minutes of her noticing something new, stuff like that. So
when is she gonna say anything to anyone?
Once again, it's a slow story. I think maybe episode 6 or so she'll say, "Oh, I suspect these people. We need to bring them down."
Well, besides pointing out that Quinn has apparently gotten severely emaciated looking. I'm wondering about Batista. Quinn and Batista. They're kind of on the road there, because remember Dexter balls out in the open, swinging, killed a guy in a freaking airport. Let's think about how airports are nowadays, first of all. He was able to bypass all of that shit and kill a dude. And here we have Quinn and we have Batista looking for the same guy now. They're looking for Victor, who was involved with the Russian mafia. Exactly. Everyone's just looking for Victor. What do you think's gonna happen there?
The Russian mob is going to find out. They are going to keep the videotape evidence, so the police will never see it, because the Russian mafia
Videotape evidence of where?
Of the airport. You know they filmed it.
Oh shit! No,
because
no.
the Russian people are the only people that know that he was going to be leaving.
But they're not going to have access to that. No.
They're going to have access.
No, TSA has access to that. And TSA can get access from it when a police department requests that.
But the fact is that
shit, they're going to trace that he did buy a ticket to get out of the country. The police are going to request the surveillance cameras. They're going to see freaking Dexter.
I still believe.
Oh shit, he totally screwed up with that kill. He totally screwed. No, the Russian mob cannot access that.
Punisher is gonna get.
Alright, first of all, Ray Stevenson is a great actor, He was fantastic as Titus Pulo. I swear to God, that's like one of my favorite shows ever.
Dexter, I'm Punisher.
Well, no, they're not going towards the airport security. The police are going to go towards the airport security.
They know people.
No, they're going to go towards the dock. They're like remember we were talking about
episode 3 preview shows they go to the dock.
Well, but remember we talked about like in the first episode that there was some sort of weird importance about the bracelet. It's like, why did he take that bracelet off of her and put it on himself? And then all of a sudden Dexter kills him, and it's like there's something important about that bracelet.
We're just talking about the preview for episode 3. We have not read anything about episode 3. But yeah,
we're just assuming that there's a tracking device.
Yeah, tracking thing in there.
Because they're trying to make it seem subtle, but yet it's important.
You know, scrap my airport thing. I forgot
they can't even get access.
A trailer says that they find Dexter Morgan's boat, and that's how they figure out Dexter Morgan has something to do with it.
No.
The trailer says that they get Dexter Morgan's name. They're like, Dexter Morgan.
Yeah, they get his name.
This gentleman.
But
we must hunt him and punish him.
I'm gonna make you watch Rome. I swear to God, I'm gonna make you watch it because it's a great show. But okay, we get that. We get that. Okay, now they get his name. Trace this guy. They find his freaking body, which I'm sure is piled on top all the rest of the bodies that he's been dumping in his spot.
I don't know if they're gonna find all those bodies. Those like Russian guys. That's like a lot of work to go underneath that water and look for. I think they're just gonna know.
Yeah, they're just gonna know.
So he killed him.
But as I said, like, okay, well, let's move on. They had one witness. It was Tony, who was dating the girl who was killed. And let's look at Ray Stevenson's character. And let's look at like the Russian mafia here. And as far as what would be big bait for Dexter, like the biggest challenge for him. I mean, these are people who have absolutely no conscience and killed so many people and will do anything. I mean, look what they did to Tony. This dude, he just dated the chick. He was a bartender and working on
ratted them out.
To a certain extent, but like we said, we were dealing with the Russian mafia. This guy, I'm gonna say he's the great white buffalo. He is Dexter's great white buffalo. Just look at how ruthlessly what he did to that guy, and God knows how many more countless acts of killing and violence he has done. So I think he's Dexter's great white buffalo. But the thing is, though, keeping these mob guys a secret is going to be completely impossible. Deb's going to have to get involved in it. She's eventually going to get involved with it because Quinn and Bautista, following this trail, they're going to find it, they're going to tell her about it, and she's going to ask Dexter about it. Also, Randall, the dude who said he's going to give away the position of where these bodies were.
Oh, that was terrific. That was one of like the best things. Well, I like loved that.
Wasn't it like
terrific though?
Dexter's possible future looking back at him?
Oh yeah. Cause see, here's what I loved about that Randall story. Even though it's just one episode, I love that. Okay, like in previous seasons, Dexter's always connected to like the serial killer that they've been, chasing or hunting after for the entire, whatever.
Yeah, duration of the season. Yeah.
This time, he's not going to relate to the Punisher. No, he's like not, because that's a mafia.
This guy's a whole new level.
Yeah, this guy is like this season's relatable character. And then the guy kills himself at the end. I love that because, like, the guy just, like, wanted to eat ice cream.
Be in the sun.
And just said, that's it.
I'm done. But Dexter doesn't want that. He doesn't want that to be his future. It's like the dude.
Right.
But at the same time, like, Randall saw him, and he saw right through Dexter. And he told him these things. He told him these things. For a reason.
There was something different about Dexter.
Well, first of all, he talked about his girlfriend and what she said to him and how their relationship was. And his girlfriend's fine. So he was kind of like trying to compare the relationships and kind of warning him and trying to show him this is what's going to happen to you, dude.
Yeah. And that may go into... Because we saw in the next episode's preview that he meets Randall's ex-girlfriend, and there seems to be some chemistry going on there.
But she's also kind of a weirdo.
We don't know that for a fact.
Well, her ex-boyfriend who killed himself, who is on like death row or whatever, or life in prison,
said like 2 sentences.
Was a bit of a killer. And she did a lot to protect him. And Deb, out of her own pride, out of her own denial and naiveness, she's going to do what she can to protect Dexter. Okay, also, we got to address this, Lewis.
Oh, the computer geek.
The computer geek / gamer geek.
Well,
we gotta address this because, like, I mean, seriously, he's freaking asking for it. He is asking for it, and it's like
asking to get killed.
Well, first of all, he gets choked out in his own apartment after Dexter finds out that he was saying all these horrible things, canceled all his credit cards because he was going through his personal information. He gets choked out and warned and told, "Fucking get out of here. I don't want to see you ever again." He gets home that evening. He sees him kissing his nanny, who he doesn't even care about. Like, Lewis doesn't even give a shit about this girl. And then he just flaunts in his face, tickles his kid's head. What do you think Dexter's gonna do about it? And here's the thing. Dexter calls his sister. He calls Deb and says, "Yeah, I'm about to kill somebody. Come and help me."
But the thing is that...
Yet we see in the preview, that asshole still comes back for more.
Because the thing is that to me, it seems like he isn't a killer, so he doesn't deserve to die.
Oh wait, hold on. Remember Dexter was going through his files, and he actually Lewis framed somebody.
Yeah. But
so that means that Dexter actually killed somebody who was framed for having a whole bunch of child pornography.
Was it the same guy?
Well, yeah, because, like, now, let's think about this. We can go back and rewind it to that part. He was talking about this certain guy, and it seemed like he had a connection to Lewis. And Lewis wanted to get rid of that guy, so he planted all this child pornography and all this crap.
Well, then
and Dexter killed that guy. The guy was totally innocent, and now Lewis is like bitter about it.
No, I think because like to me, he just seems like I guess you could say he's kind of a brat, but he's not afraid of anyone, including like some guy that threatens him because like he knows that like he could set up Dexter with child porn also, just okay, arrest him, send him to jail. And I think that's what that character is trying to show Dexter is like, you can't bully me.
I think
like in high school, I was bullied and I learned how to get back.
Do you think this guy wants to be what Dexter is?
I was originally thinking that at the end of last season, but from what I've seen this season, I know.
Alright, well, I want to see what happens with Lewis. I want to see what happens with this weirdo, because there is something completely and utterly off with him. Now, I don't know, he's just sort of a POS to me. You know what a POS is? It's a sort of piece of shit. Anyways, let's go back to Mr. Circo and the Brotherhood. What is with Mr. Circo and the Brotherhood? Like, what's going on there? What brotherhood? Is that the Brotherhood of Russian mobsters who dress very well?
Yeah.
Who dress in designer clothing? What's up with that? I don't know. That is like such a big thing. You've got these like little microcosms of issues, and then you have the macrocosm of issues, and they're all going to somehow build together, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know what to think of that. It just sort of... he's already shown that he's willing to poison Deb, and I don't think Deb is ready to go into how deep this is.
But he did call her.
He did call her, and it's like, I guess a good way to test her is to try to get her even more involved, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. I think the monster thing's gonna last quite a bit. And La Huerta, I think she's already discrediting herself by going through alternative means of investigation. I don't know. I fear for Masuka in what La Huerta might think of him. She might just pin it on Masuka. Because she's kind of the kind that's like, oh, if you're not totally normal, then there's something, you must be a serial killer anyway, so. Anyways.
Guess we should,
we should wrap this up. Yeah.
We like to keep it, 30 minutes about-ish. We want to thank you all for listening. You can contact us at dexterdeepcuts@gmail.com. We also have a blogger, which is, I think it's just Dexter Deep Cuts at blogger or something like that. /blogger, something like this. Go to blogger if you want to
the links, yeah, we got the links there. And so I'm Lizard Town.
And I'm Nimrod Joe, and you can find me on YouTube, Nimrod Horror TV, or Nimrod Horror.
I've got a poorly updated YouTube channel as well. So anyways, we bid you a good night and sweet dreams till next week.
Because you don't go twice?
What?
You don't go twice?
You're ridiculous. Brought to you by beer.
Budweiser.